So the human support robot that we developed, or HSR, is kind of a mobile manipulator platform which has multiple color and 3D cameras, both in his head, but also in the head to facilitate grasping. Obviously, a mobile manipulator to do the grasping tasks, and in his base has a LiDAR to avoid collisions during the navigation.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Tech Times Exclusives. Today, we're talking with Mr. Mark van Loock, the Toyota Motor Europe Technology Manager. Mark, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Chris. Hello.
Absolutely. So if you could, Mark, we'll just jump straight in. If you could give us a quick little background on yourself and maybe what brought you into this field.
Yeah, so I joined Toyota like 17 years ago. Happy coincidence, I joined the Toyota Robotics group. Actually, not really knowing what to expect from the group. It turned out to be service robots. And came a little bit of a surprise. Originally, I was working on navigation tasks for the museum guide robot that was deployed in Japan. And then after that, it kind of naturally evolved to the 3D perception tasks, person monitoring, activity recognition tasks. And along the line, Toyota then developed the human support robot, and this is why we're here today talking about the human support robot.
This is actually very interesting. A very interesting concept, a very interesting idea. Could you please tell us a little bit more about exactly what a human support robot is capable of?
Yeah, so the human support robot that we developed, or HSR, is kind of a mobile manipulator platform which has multiple color and 3D cameras, both in his head, but also in the head to facilitate grasping. Obviously, a mobile manipulator to do the grasping tasks, and in his base has a LiDAR to avoid collisions during the navigation. When it's moving around happens with an omnidirectional base. And as said, it's primarily developed for doing fetch and carry tasks in domestic environments. The current HSR was first announced in 2012 in Japan, and then from 2018 onwards, we have been sharing the platform globally as a research platform for doing open innovation. So currently there's 53 different groups in the world that have the HSR, among which are 12 groups in Europe. Some of the teams then participate in robot competitions, tackling more practical tasks. And other teams, they focus more on fundamental research in robotics. In a nutshell, this is the HSR.
Okay, so you said that it mainly focuses on like fetching and carrying tasks, and this is for people obviously with mobility issues.
Well, can be anything, any domestic task, but of course, as you mentioned, if people with mobility issues, they would have the biggest direct benefit from the platform. That's a fact. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So when for the viewers who are not maybe familiar, as myself, I'm not that familiar. I don't know if you are aware, but it immediately makes me think of Rosie from the Jetsons. I'm not sure if the robot maid from the cartoon The Jetsons. Is it similar if you're aware?
Well, I've seen a long time ago. Well, we try to do intelligent things with the platform. That's the most important. Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. So I understand that you actually held a trial in the UK with Mr. Anthony Walsh. Could you maybe tell us a little bit about how that happened?
So, well, there was the corporate charity between Toyota Great Britain and Motor Neuron Disease Association, and through Motor Neuron Disease Association, we understood that Anthony was very interested in the technology, and also clearly expressed the ambition to create awareness around the motor neuron disease. Then, together with Toyota Great Britain, Motor Neuron Disease Association, and the robotics group of King's College in London, we brought the HSR to Anthony's house for one day, where we teleoperated HSR to perform like typical daily chores that Anthony would need to do. Of course, always depending on Anthony's clear instructions. So these chores then included like fetching objects like a box of tissues, getting drinks from the fridge, opening and closing doors, and even there was some dancing and singing involved as well. So that I think that was a quite nice thing to see. Then in the end, Anthony said that a support robot like HSR would give him back some of his independence, and that it would also allow to free up time for his relatives. So to be honest, looking back, we feel very inspired by the trial, inspired to continue our developments, and also in this way leave a legacy to Anthony. So I think this is our takeaway here.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, I think it's I have a very close relative with mobility difficulties, and I could only imagine the difference that this would make in her life, you know, being to regain, like you said, some of that independence is priceless for most of these individuals who you know live with that daily struggle. So I really appreciate the fact that you guys are, you know, not only thinking about it but moving towards and doing it. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
So okay, so like you said, you know, we do the fetching and maybe a little singing and dancing, but how do you see this technology evolving in the future?
Well, ultimately, we want to create technological solutions that can support all persons with or without impairment. So, from the current HSR capability, the adaptability, I believe, is one of the key points to be improved. Considering that every person has different needs, they should be supported by different functions. And I believe that therefore one of the key challenges will be to develop this technology to provide personalized services. And if we can really do this, then this will enable us to our ambition to create mobility for all and also happiness for all. So as you may know, Toyota is evolving from an automotive company to a mobility company. And in that sense, also the robot solutions can be part of this new aspiration.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, it's a very exciting time, I think, that we're living in, to see these, you know, from remembering from being, you know, maybe late grade school, early high school, you think about, you know, personal service robots, and these things were futuristic, if not science fiction, but now they are, you know, real time, present day, and science fact. So it's very exciting to witness.
Yeah.
So, what would you say is next for your department?
Well, obviously, this is quite an advanced area, and it's a little bit difficult to really go in detail there.
Right.
But as I said, the adaptability is one of the key things that we want to address. So we're constantly improving on the ability to detect and understand the dynamic home environments, which obviously is frequently changing by the introduction of new items as well as other items being moved around. And to then offer a natural level of support, the robot must be able to detect and interact with any kind of objects that seem to appear and disappear at random in any household. In addition to this, and certainly after the perception is robust enough, we also need to consider how to add softer skills like social interaction and emotional intelligence to the robot, because that will be important to make robots like HSR fully accepted in the average household.
Okay, I see. Well, it's very exciting stuff, Mark. And unfortunately, we are out of time. But thank you very much for joining us today and giving us an inside look a little bit at what Toyota is pushing with. And anytime, if you have a new development or an announcement, please, you are more than welcome to come back.
Okay, thank you very much for your time, Chris.
All right, thank you very much, Mark. You just watched a Tech Times exclusive. If you enjoyed the conversation, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and share the video. Be on the lookout for upcoming exclusives with the world's most innovative tech companies. See you next time.